The Central Bank of Iraq decides to reduce interest to 5.5% in order to support economic growth. Quote, the Central Bank of Iraq decided to reduce the interest rate from 7.5% to 5.5%, after the inflation rate decreased in Iraq. Nader talked about that on Tuesday. The IQD popped up at 0.1094. We are starting to see those fluctuations regularly on Forex etc. To give you an idea of what he saw. Your 1 million IQD would have gone from about $800 to about $14,000 just like that. This is enormous, but nothing compared to what we hope and expect, but it is clear they are testing and priming that system. The dinar on Forex went from 1320 to 745 for every dollar, so that's 54% increase in value. Woo! Man, that's really good. It's not where everybody wants to be, but still a nice jump in value. It's looking good. I really think it's looking good. I just try to keep people grounded. There is weird activity. Nobody really knows what it means, but that is one hell of a jump, a 54% increase in value. I don't know what's going on. It is exciting because this is right on the heels of the information that they're lifting restrictions on foreign exchange in Iraq, and then all of a sudden this happens. This is like one day apart, all of a sudden next day there's a spike. Could be something, could be nothing, everybody knows it's close. It's hard not to get excited. The private contractors have seen their letters of confirmation that they will get paid this coming week. That is 1,000,000% confirmed. The biggest news is that the biggest whale in the RV got paid and went home to start the process to help humanity. He is a good friend of mine, and when that news came through, I started crying. I also will be jumping in with them to help with their humanitarian projects. I will be flying out soon, but cannot tell you where. When I get the green light, you will not hear from me again, but the opera, RV, will come before that happens. Why is the US dollar exchange rate fluctuating? Central bank advisor says most traders who obtain the US dollar at the official price from the central bank, they sell their goods at the black market price, as well as the lack of global correspondent banks. The black market becomes part of the issue. The black market harms the economy. The fact that we now have security and stability is so extremely exciting. The Iraqi citizens don't have their cancer anymore. Calls to accelerate 2025 budget and boost non-oil revenues. We've seen rates on the dinar, on Forex, which is a very good rate, just a hair under 20, that is going to be the bank front screen rate, so the redemption center rate should be higher than that. And I told you guys they are supposed to offer us the contract rate on dinar at the redemption center, and that's going to end up being over 5 times what it is on the bank screens. Monday night, Tuesday morning, I was in bed and I received a phone call around 2 o'clock in the morning over here in the States. They go like, "Hey Nader, you go on Forex and watch what's happening in Forex." I go to Forex and I see this spike. Boom. Big spike. This first time since 20 years I see it. I look at it and it's missing 1 0. Instead of 3 zeros is only 2 zeros, I'm there looking at it. I'm not believing myself what I'm seeing, and I see it going down back to 0.00076, for me they bring to do it. They're testing it. They're testing it late night or early morning over there just to see how it's going to work out. If you go to Google, type in Iraqi dinar exchange rate. Click 5D, last 5 days view. If you go there you see it lost its 0 and it's 0.0014 instead of 0.0076 MP, Member of Parliament. It is not possible to pass the 2025 budget without sending the final accounts from the last 2 years. This is a big one. Along with the HCL, it looks like we will soon be getting the revaluation we are looking for. All of these, American US, banks have been flat out lying to us and saying it's a scam. But now that they have been updated, the canary is singing a new tune. It's no longer a scam. The Prime Minister's advisor for financial affairs, Mazhar Mohammed Saleh, determined Friday the expected total spending size, the hypothetical deficit, and the price of a barrel in the 2025 budget. Saleh said, next year's budget 2025 will not deviate from the constants approved in the Federal General Budget Law No. 13 of 2023, the three-year budget, submitted by the government and approved by the House of Representatives for the years 2023 to 2024-2025, especially in the principles and objectives consistent with the government program. He added, despite this, the 2025 budget must be hedged with a hypothetical deficit of 64 trillion dinars, which is a precautionary deficit that has been approved by law, to avoid fluctuations in the general budget revenues for the coming year, especially oil revenues that are subject to fluctuations in the oil asset cycle and the conditions of energy markets in the world, as long as the total spending ceiling will perhaps touch 200 trillion dinars, depending on the financial and economic circumstances of the country.